welcome back to another Budget Jam or Budget Bust. And today I've got an amp that I think I've already tested before, but never in full production form. That's right, I've got the Wolfram C2400.1. It got released a couple of months ago. Happened to be right while I was moving, otherwise I would have done this video a few months ago, but hey, life happens. But we are finally going to strap this up to the amp dyno today. We're going to unbox the production version. Some of you have been seeing it all over the internet, so you already kind of know what it looks like, but we're going to unbox it, we're going to test it. We are going to see how similar it is to this, which, if you remember, this was the prototype that I tested. Now, I know some of you might have said before, well, we'll see if this actually matches what they do with production. Am I going to get duped? You skeptical SOBs out there. So, even though I think I've done this before, we're going to do it again to find out if what they sent me for a prototype is actually what made it into the new box. Okay? So, we're going to unbox it, test it, and get right to it. Okay, opening her up. Alright, amp's nice and protected here in the styrofoam, and it's not, you can tell it's not Zenon because it's not butt up in the box. Pretty nice here. Of course, we get the Allen keys. And what else we got? Ooh, owner's manual. Very, very nice. Let's see here. Oh, specs right there on page 1. You get there. Let's see if you can read that. We got 2400 watts by 1 at 1 ohm, 1300 watts by 1 at 2 ohms, and 800 watts by 1 at 4 ohms. Now, if this lives up to the very first prototype dyno, we'll go right past all those numbers. So, pretty nice. Let's see here. Remote base cable. And that means there's a knob in here somewhere. Dun, dun, dun. There we go. Get her open there. Very nice. Very nice looking and feeling. It's all metal. It does have some resistance in there. And of course, just like the prototype, there's your clip light indicator there. And dun, dun, dun. Let's get this amp out of the plastic. Come on. Come on. Get rid of this box here. Who needs a stinking box? And, oh yeah, here we go. Very nice. So much nicer looking than the prototype. This is not the same color as regular Wolfram amps. Those are a little bit more of a, I would say a little bit of a darker steel, like almost like I call it like a tungsten, or just a different color in general. This is more of a brushed aluminum look to it. Kind of an unfinished brushed aluminum, of course, with the Wolfram logo. Very nice. Still a good beefy heat sink on here. Pretty nice job, Wolfram. Let's walk around the amp and see what else is in here. Along this side of the amplifier, we find our power and ground inputs as well as our speaker output terminals. Of course, just like in the prototype, they used nice, beefy 1/0 gauge inputs for your power and ground. And what I like about this is that they've even made this the appropriate height. So not only can you just put the 1/0s in there, but you can also take a dual input. So if you really got a long run to your battery, you can plug it right in there, and it's got enough space when the worm screw is pulled in to where it can slide in and it won't lift up the side of the amp because it doesn't have enough clearance. It's got enough clearance to get one of these in here and not be touching the ground. So that's pretty nice. We have 8-gauge speaker outputs here. They're internally bridged, so no, it does not matter which one of these you put it into, whether it's a negative here and a positive there, or a negative here and a positive there. Doesn't matter. And yes, if you are going to ask the question, well, how do I hook up to 2 ohms subwoofers to get 1 ohm? You could do 2 into 1, or you could do 1 here, 1 there. Doesn't really matter. Like I said, they're internally bridged. Whatever your final ohm load is going to be what's there. Okay, so there's no magic into that setup. Along this side of the amplifier, we find all of our settings. Of course, you have your RCA inputs right here. They're not Tiffany style. I mean, again, it's a $249 amp, people. Get over it, all right? You have your power and protect light. You have your gain, which is, you know, from 0.2 volts to 6 volts. So you have your subsonic filter, which is adjustable from 10 hertz to 50 hertz. Your bass boost, which again, who cares? Don't touch it. Telephone connector style for your clipping indicating bass remote. And of course, you have your low pass filter, 35 to 250 hertz. And of course, if you wanted to band pass these, you could set the low pass filter there, the subsonic there, and you could like select, say, I only want to play frequencies between 20 hertz and 80 hertz. You can do that. It might be a little bit tricky to do with a dial, but if you guys have some type of tool that allow you to do it, I mean, that's a good one to use. And of course, these are strappable. You connect this RCA from here, a single one, to the other amplifier, and then you set the amp to either master or slave. Okay, so pretty nice. Okay, opening her up, seeing how she compares to the prototype. And it looks pretty much identical to the prototype amp. Little bit of difference here. You can see this is the prototype, this is the production. It looks like they use that the manufacturer went with a different cap brand, but the same spec. I do not know who makes these caps here. Okay, these look like Elcons. And over here we use Yuscons on the production version. They're still 100 volt, 105 degree caps, 2200 microfarad for all of these, just like it here. Very, very well built. Nothing wiggles when you touch it, which is nice. These are not up against like the MOSFETs like they are in something like a AudioPipe Atme 2K, so it's pretty good for the resistance of heat there. The ground right there, the chassis ground is right there. That looks good and well done. So yeah, I have no complaints at all in terms of, or see any differences between the production version and the prototype version. Sweet. Okay, nothing left to do here but to strap up the Wolfram C2400 up to our old trusty amp dyno and find out just how much power this, what was a $199 amp, now $249 amp, performs on the dyno. Is it going to perform like the prototype? I don't know. Some of you say that, you know, the first test was rigged. Well, now we're going to find out. Does lightning strike twice? I think it does. Let's find out. Okay, final thoughts here on the Wolfram C2400. Yeah, you just saw the results, and just like the prototype before it, which is again right here, this thing is a monster on the dyno, and I think it's a monster in your cars. Again, over 2,500 watts certified at 14.39. Over 2,600 watts uncertified at 13.8. That's real world voltages for you guys. And over 2,800 watts at 14.2. So this thing's probably got a little bit more juice left in it. So, yeah. Just like the prototype before it, this thing's a monster. I did back-to-back tests, 4 ohms through 1 ohms, perfecting kind of where the amp was going to be tuned out on the dyno, and yeah, it didn't even get warm. This thing's not even breaking a sweat. $249 or $220 something if you use the gem code, because that's still active from when we first put it out there. This thing is nuts. So, strappable, clip indicating bass knob, very attractive design here. So, I mean, I'm gonna say it now that this thing is in production. I think of the budget arena, the under $250 amps, I think this is your best value, period, right now, at under $250 for the most power and the best design and everything else that this thing gives you. I mean, yeah, you can maybe get a little bit of better cost per watt with like an Atme 2000, but it's not going to give you everything that this has got, and it's not going to be as nice as this thing. So I don't know. I don't know if the Wolfram guys just hate making money. Maybe the other guys make too much money. I don't know, but I love this amp. It plays awesome. You can see here I had it pounding away on my test bench. Sorry, I can't show you what the music was, but the thing, I love this amp. I love this amp, and this is going to break my heart, but I'm going to give one of these away. So yeah, we're going to give one away, but not yet, because in the future here, near future, I actually have, hold on 1 second. You might have saw my face for a second. It's going to break the internet. I have 2 of these. So actually this one here, I'm not giving away, but I am going to give away this one. So we're going to strap these 2 up, and then I'm going to give this one away. This is number 1. This is the very first one that came off the assembly line for Wolfram. The owner of Wolfram signed it. I'm going to sign it, and this is what we're going to give away after I do that strap video. But it's not coming tomorrow, so guys, don't bug the heck out of me between now and then. It's going to happen, okay? So that's it for me, folks. I have a lot more amps to test. I gotta test this one with this one. I mean, there's all sorts of stuff I gotta do. So, all right. Thanks for watching. I will see you next time.